Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today I thought we would have a look at this. This is that MATSUI tape player from a few videos back, if you remember, which was going to use it on the ZX81 and then we couldn't do because both this and one of my other players, this Alba one, have started playing up. Now this one's got belt issues. This one, it rewinds, fast forward, plays absolutely fine. The problem with this one, if you remember, is when we play it. Hang on, let me plug some power into it first. But when we play it, we have that horrible background hum, and that's what we're going to have a look at today. See if we can sort that hum issue out with this tape player, and then we'll stick a tape in it and see that it plays the tape okay. So anyway, without further ado, let's get inside this thing, and then we will we'll take it from there. I mean, this is probably a late 80s, early 90s player. They're good players to get hold of for use with your old classic computers, your vintage computers. Older ones work okay, but these just tend to be a little bit better, and you can pick them up for virtually nothing really. Especially if they're not working and you're prepared to put a little bit of work into them. You can literally pay 50p a pound for them not working. In good working order, personally, I wouldn't pay more than like 10 or 15 quid for one. I mean, if it's exceptional in box and it's a Sony or something like that, yeah, perhaps 15 quid might be a price to pay for one, but for a normal run-of-the-mill one, like I said, in good working order, I'd say 10 quid would be a good price to pay. Right, we're in. Let's just see if we can disconnect the microphone. There we go, that's free. Take the plastic case off. And there we go, there's nothing really to it. They are quite flimsily made, these later ones, compared with the earlier ones. You know, good solid chassis with everything fixed to it. You've just got a very, very flimsy cassette mechanism there. Speaker's about the same size as you usually find. Like I said, the speaker's not really a major issue. What we want to have a look at is, what I think we might do is try and power it from the bench supply and see whether that noise is still there. So, yeah, I think we'll try that. Let's plug the bench supply in. Now, I should have some wires. Where have I put them? Just bear with me a second more. Ah, there they are. I'll find my wires. Why do they always tangle like this? I mean, you put them away as neat as possible, and you get them out and they've tangled themselves. Which are the ends? I need to solder them ends, really, tin them up. So, I'm just connecting this up to the little bench power supply I've got up here. We will do a video on seeing if we can repair my decent Finel power supply, which has died a death. It's one of them strange ones that when I put it away it was working, and when I took it out of storage, and it wasn't stored anywhere particularly damp or particularly nasty, it no longer seems to work. In fact, it doesn't seem to do anything. So hopefully it's a simple fault on it. And we'll have a look at that and see if we can get that working. In fact, we'll do that in an upcoming video. Let's connect this up as well. And this little power supply I'm using is good for a lot of things, but it's only got a 500 milliamp output, so it's right on its limit doing even something like this really. But there we go, that's connected up. Let's connect this up to the tape recorder. So that's our negative there. No, it's not. That's our negative down there. And that's our positive up there. And if we switch the power supply on, we set that to 6 volts. Now hopefully this should play, and it might not play with the buzz. Let's see. Well, there we go. Now that's normal. That's like a normal playing volume. I've got it on there. It's now completely silent. So if we compare that, if we disconnect them, we compare that with it running off the mains voltage. Now I have switched it off at the wall while I connect it, so we're being safe here. And then switch it on at the wall. We see it now. We're back with having that horrible, nasty mains hum. So it's definitely associated with the mains side rather than anything on the actual amplifier by the look of it. So I think this board here may contain the rectifier and the associated circuitry, so I think that's going to be our first part of call. Have a look at this and have a look at that capacitor. There's a 1000 UF 10 volt capacitor there, so that needs looking at as well. Let's see if we've found where the fault lies. There we go, that's free. Well, it doesn't seem to have leaked. I can't see any leakage on it, but we've got 4 diodes on the back there and a capacitor. Now this is the most likely cause of the trouble is here. Now I think first thing we want to do is just test them diodes, see if them diodes are okay or not. Now hopefully we can test them in circuit. That one seems alright. Yep. Let's try this one. That seems alright. Let's try this one. That seems alright. Let's try the final one. That seems okay. So the diodes look alright. Yep, the diodes seem okay. So that will point to this this capacitor here. So let's whip that out of circuit. We'll quickly desolder that and we'll just give it a test. Now it's negative to this side. We can just heat up the pins, it should just pop out. There we go, that's that side out. Come on, out you come. Oh, there we go. That's that one out. Now it doesn't seem to have any physical damage on it at all. In fact, it seems absolutely fine physically. It doesn't look like there's any leakage from the bottom there. Let's try it on the LCR tester. Let's get the old LCR out. So the ESR meter. Okay, now this is a 1000 UF at 10 volts, so we're looking at about 0.12. So let's see what this is. .0807. Let's try testing it on the capacitance tester and see what that comes up with. If I can get to it, because it is I'm just going to have to disturb the tripod while I get this out. Right, there we go. Right, let's see what this says it is. I think we're going to try swapping it out anyway, no matter what this says, and see if it makes a difference. Oh, that's not good. Oh, there we go. Well, it's telling us it's 1251 UF. It should be 1000. So I think we'll swap it anyway and see if it makes a difference. I'm not actually expecting it to make a difference. No. I've got a horrible feeling I am out of 1000 UF capacitors. Oh, where could I have some? Where could I have some? Let's have a quick look in here. Just bear with me a second. I think I'll have to check my other stores. Okay, we're back, and I have indeed found one. It's a 1000 UF at 25 volts. So this should be a good substitute. Let's take a bit of plastic off there and swap it over. It is very slightly larger, but I think there should still be enough room to fit it in, so I don't think it'll be a problem, that. We'll have to just clean these. Oh, it's that one that's blocked. There we go. It goes on like that. Just solder that into position. It won't do any harm with the age of this to have that capacitor changed anyway. That's that side done. That side done. Oops, a bit too much solder on there. Okay, that'll do nicely. bend that down. We'll just secure that back in position for now. Yeah, that'll fit okay. Bend down there alright like that. So it is somewhat a little bit larger than the capacitor that we've replaced, but I don't think that'll cause a big issue. Right, let's give it a quick test on mains power and see if that's made any difference. I have a feeling it might not actually. The fault may be indeed a little bit deeper into the player, but let's see. No, it's still there. It is odd that, like I said, because if we connect the player up to smooth DC, although there is still a buzz there. Yeah, there definitely is still a buzz there even on that. So let's delve deeper into this player. We'll take the mechanism out and we'll get to the main PCB and we will have a look down there and see what we can find. Is it just 2 screws? How does that come out now? That's disconnected from there. I can't see another screw down there. No, you just have to manipulate it a little bit and out it comes. And let's just disconnect them wires. Switch off the bench supply while we're not using it. And what we want to do is have a look under here. Let's see what we can find. That's a very decent belt on that, no wonder it's still in good condition. It's a nice flat belt. Now, let's see how we can get this free. Take this twist tag off, I think we can free the microphone up. Let's just cut it. What's the chance of doing any damage? You can always replace it with a cable tie. Right. That's that free. Now if we disconnect that switch there. Yeah, if we disconnect that switch, we should be able to hinge the board out of position. Now we have something straight away. These seem okay, but straight away, you see that? That doesn't feel like it's fixed the board very well. We have a dry joint on that capacitor right there. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that on camera, but can you see that moving there? Right, okay. Let's see what the capacitor is. It's 10 volts. It's a 470 UF at 10 volts. Let's whip that out of there. and we can have a proper look what's going on. There we go, that's off. And I've got the distinct whiff of electrolyte then when I remove that, so I think that may have been leaking. SE, it's not a make that I recognise, I will say that. Right, we've got that out of there, at least it shows us which leg's which, so that's positive to this side. Let's get a new 470 UF capacitor. I've got, yeah. Oh, we're not having a lot of luck here, I've nothing in there. Ah. 470. Oh, they're certainly too big. Let's have a look what we've got down here. Plenty of 220s. There we go. It's a little bit bigger, but I think we can still make it work. What's that one there? That's 1000, that's too big. That's a 330. What's that one? That one is a... That's a 470. I've got two there. We'll make one of them work. Quick look in the other box, see if we've got anything in there that's a little bit thinner. Two there, 220, 220. Yeah, they're mostly 220, I think. That's 1000. What's that one there? That looks a promising one. Oh no. No, these are all 220s. Ah, there we go. That's perfect. We've got a 470 there at 16 volts, so it's slightly higher voltage rating, but that's not a problem. We'll stick this in the board. I'm going to need to get the air in there. Just clear that hole slightly. Nice to be bent down like that. Now what we're going to have to do, stay. Something just to weight that down. There we go. Right, what we're going to have to do, if we just solder this one in position, that'll hold the component. There we go. Now on this next leg, because we've lost that pad there, if we bend the leg, we'll just get the leg to bend onto the next pad and we'll solder it in position, then cut the excess off, and that'll be absolutely fine. Like that. And let's put that back together now, and hopefully we may have solved the issue. The hardest part of this is getting it all back together once you've actually made a repair. There we go, that's in position. So let's put that first screw back to hold the board in position. Okay, and let's put this little switch back in position. There we go. We can put the shielding back on, so we'll put that over there. We get the shielding. In you go. Let's get that into the right. There we are. That's lined up now. Tighten that down. Then we can hopefully get this back over and back into position. Is always the tricky bit again. Just trying to get everything to line up and fall back where it needs to go. Okay. What's called? Aha! In you go. That wire's got caught. Where are you meant to go? I can see when I put the board back that wire's got caught underneath it. Hopefully that's enough free on it. There we are. That seems to line back up where it came from. Let's get them out of the way. That goes on the back of the speaker. Speaker goes back in its... yeah, enough play on that wire to get the speaker in and not damage it. Yeah, it just goes in that. Now we need to put these two screws back in to hold the mechanism down. I don't think that one went in there. Out you come. No, it didn't. I'm being silly. That's that one. Now where do them screw holes go? Ah, one's there. I'll spot them now. So that's one of them. The other one's back there. I think. We're not quite lined up somewhere, because that seems to have missed its mark. I think I've tightened that down a little bit too far. Let's just slacken that off. Ah, that's better. That's more like it. That goes in this time. So that tightens down there. That tightens down there like that. I think everything looks okay. Let's give it a quick test on the mains and see if that noise has gone. Mains is there. Switch on. Press play. That's at full volume. Listen to that. Right, just quickly, let's put the case back together and we'll try it. We'll put a tape in it and we'll see what it does. We will have a go at the other tape player as well, I think, but that is going to involve changing belts and giving it a damn good clean. I do believe I have actually been inside this one before and cleaned it all and checked the belts and they were all fine then. So it just has developed that little fault, but as you could see, that was a nice easy fix. So try and put this thing back together now. Okay. That last two. There we go, that's all back together. Let's put the even the foam's in nice condition on this one. This is a nice player, this really. A good quality, nicely built, even if it is a little cheap being a later player, but said, and that sounds absolutely fine. Now let's find a tape. Anything will do. ZX Gulp, this will do. Let's just make sure it will run a tape okay. Turn it down, turn it up. Well, I think that's absolutely fine. Yep, so there we go. That seems to be in good working order. Like I said, so that's a MATSUI Slim Line mono cassette player. It's absolutely ideal for the old 8-bit computers like your Spectrum and your Dragon 32. So that's back up into working order. So I hope you enjoyed that quick little video. I will hopefully do the other tape recorder in a upcoming video, but like I said, that'll do for now. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching and goodbye.